Well, hello everybody. Today we're going to do the review of the new Stryker SR955 HPC 10 meter radio. This is brand new. Just got it in yesterday and really haven't went over it too much, so we're going to kind of do it together. So let's take a look at this radio and see what all kind of features and goodies that it has. Okay, we're going to go over some controls. And this thing has a lot of controls. We have a function button. We've got our scan button, color button. Of course, that's self-explanatory on the color button. We can change it, and if you notice on the meter that it changes and shows you the different colors. Okay. We'll go up here and look at our meter. We show signal strength, power, SWR, and then of course it says SR955 HP. We'll talk more about that a little later. We have our monitor, which is our variable talkback, power, mode switch. I hope you can see that pretty well. AM, FM, upper and lower sideband, PA, mic plug, volume squelch, mic RF gain. This is your echo, and your clarifier, which is a dual stage, dual pot clarifier. Alright, we go up here to our switches. We have our echo. If we slide it over, tone control squelch, that's something new. Go into programming mode, Roger beep, noise blanker, and a noise level. Dimmer, high filter, high cutout filter. And our band mode, we can go into band or VFO mode, which is kind of cool. I want to show you that. So we're right now normal. If we go over to VFO mode, I want you to watch your channel selector here. There we go. Channel selector goes off, and then your frequency is just simply like a VFO on a HF radio. You go back, your channel selector comes back on, or you can go into band mode and it changes the bands by the channel selector. Now, I haven't even converted this radio, but you can see that it is changing bands. Pretty cool feature. Dimmer is a little different than what you're used to. We flip that to dim. We use the channel selector, and if you notice, if you see over here, our dimmer control works by adjusting the channel selector where we want it. When we get it where we want it, we just flip that back to normal. Everything else is fairly self-explanatory. That's kind of a brief rundown of the front features. Now, I didn't go into depth on this because this is the first review. I really want to get the thing apart and actually see how it tunes up and that initially. What we're going to do when I come back is we're going to show you the back real quick, and then we're going to take the covers off and get her converted and see what kind of power we get. Be right back. Okay guys, we're back. I hope you can see. We have our CW key, data jack right here, external speaker, power, of course our SO239, and then an exceptionally large heatsink, very large heatsink. Okay, alright, so let's get this thing taken apart and see what it looks like on the inside. Okay guys, we're back. We've got the covers off the radio. I thought I'd give you a quick overview of the back side of the board. And pretty boring really there. As you can see, no parts on the back side. Just a few solder spots where some stuff is through hole mounted, but nothing much exciting on the back. You do have some really heavy traces that I want to point out. as you get right here, you can see that we have some really heavy traces that run across to supply our power for our final section. Okay, let's look at the other side of the board. I'll flip it over here so you can see. Now here's where there's some surprises. It's a totally redesigned board. Of course, it's all surface mount. I'm going to zoom in and let you see that it is a complete surface mount design. But I want you to look at some of the shielding. These stages, PLL, final receiver stages, has some really heavy shielding on them. That's pretty cool. Also notice your final section is encased all the way around. Power connector, standard power connector jack, however, ferrite beads running straight down, surrounded by some heavy cable there. Protection diode here. You go over to your final section, which is kind of cool. If you'll notice, it's copper encased, RFI heat. Look at the size of the coils on this. Very heavy. Of course, your bias adjustments, your pre-driver, driver, finals. Okay. Go back over, AM regulator, same spot. I didn't look at the, it looks like a little different part, but it's the same principle. Your audio chip, pretty much the same location. One thing that you'll notice, everything on this board is built onto the board. Echo, talkback, it's all built right onto the main board. The other thing to notice on this board is, excuse me, all your connections, see if I can get a better shot of this. All connections on this board are modular. There's no wires soldered to the board manually. This is made, as I understand, in case this thing completely dies, you could technically replace the entire board very simply. So that's going to be a serviceability thing that they've built into the radio, which is kind of cool. Worst case scenario, you could order a new board, slap a new board in, bolt your connectors back up to your different products that mount to the side, plug your plugs back in, you got a brand new radio. Okay, enough with that. Let's look at converting this thing. I'm going to convert it, and then we're going to see what kind of power it does, and we'll take a look at the receive as well. Be right back.